What is hotpot? For those of you who never had it or heard of it, it's an extremely popular dish in East Asia. How popular is it? According to China Daily, there were 516,000 hotpot restaurants in China alone by the third quarter of 2019, making the revenue equivalent to 125.7 billion US dollars in 2018. Not to mention that there are many varieties of hotpot in Japan, Korea, Vietnam, Thailand, and other countries. In this video essay, I will use the development of hotpot in the history to show that hotpot had become a cultural icon behind the popularity, as well as how the nature aspects of hotpot cooking explain the popularity by giving diners not only the physical satisfaction with multi-layers of taste, but also provides nostalgia of the traditional of communal eating, as a bridge for communication among people. However, the nature of hotpot is arguable as it goes into modern society where profit and efficiency urges the food industry to adapt, manifested by the emergence of self-heating hotpot, which has similar aspects of instant food like frozen pizza and cup noodles. Eventually, we can look into what is lost during the change of hotpot. Cooking hotpot is fairly simple, as summarized by Bill Dawson in his book China Inside Out 10 Irreversible Trends Reshaping China and Its Relationship with the World. Hotpot is the delicious chicken or pork broth brought to boil in a great stainless steel bowl over a gas flame or electric hot plate set in the middle of a dining table. Diners use their chopsticks to dip a variety of meats and vegetables in the broth until the morsels are well done, fishing the contents out to eat or to share with one another.
火锅博国的藏品应该是有上万件。它火锅起源和发展，它是很早，是离开了原社会，有了火，有了陶的时候，都已经有了火锅了。
The history of eating hotpot can be traced back as far as Neolithic age. Nie Ganyu, the owner of the largest hotpot museum in Chongqing, China, says that the Chinese had been eating hotpot since the day they knew how to make pottery. As time went by, different methods of eating hotpot developed. In about 200 AC, a warlord named Cao Pi in the post-Han China separated the pot into 5 areas instead of just one big pot so that diners can cook their food in different bowls. In 13th century, the Mongols introduced shan rou to the northern China, which means braising sliced beef or mutton in hot pot. It is said that they used their helmets as pot to cook during war. Emperor Qianlong in the 18th century even held a hot pot party in his palace, where thousands of people consumed more than 1,500 hot pots simultaneously. As for today, more than half of Chinese enjoy having the spicy Sichuan-style hot pot originated from southwest China. The hot pot techniques also blossom in other countries. You'll find sliced beef hot pot with fish broth called shabu shabu and sukiyaki in Japan, hot pot made with butter and cheese in Korea, refreshing herbal Vietnamese hot pot, Tom Yum Thai-style hot pot, and so on and on. Hot pot is truly a cultural icon for people who enjoy eating them. I personally love hot pot so much that every time I went to Boston, New York, or San Francisco, I would call my friends and family and go to the hot pot restaurants in Chinatown and eat and talk. It feels like home exactly even though I'm thousands of miles away from it. For Gaku Homa, who wrote the cookbook The Folklore of Japanese Country Cooking, a traditional diet for today's world, nabe ryori, which means hot pot in general, is a source for happy times, smelling nice aromas, watching steam rise on a cold day, and brewing on the soup to cool it. There are memories he doesn't want to let go of. The further away your hometown is, the more your thoughts return here. Consuming hot pot is more than just filling up the empty belly. It gives me the identity of being a Chinese. Using Amy Kimoto Kan's word, eating hot pot is about bringing people together. In the cookbook Simply Hot Pots, a complete course in Japanese nabemono and other Asian one-pot meals, Kimoto further addressed that hot pot nights are for the family to come to the table and share the day with each other and cook together, as everyone picks what they like and add it to the pot. Hot pot is a symbol of union. With so many varieties of ingredients coming together, it becomes one single big meal for everyone. You will almost never see a person eating hot pot alone. because it is meant to be shared with someone else. Having a hot pot reveals the tradition of communal eating, not so different from a Thanksgiving dinner or a Christmas feast. Eating a hot pot is also a process of assimilation. In the word of Dawson, after a while though, everything starts to taste the same. The mushrooms taste like the lamb trunks, the fish tastes like the egg dumplings, the beef meatballs taste the same as pig's brains. As the flavors intermingle and the broth becomes greasy from the meats that have been boiling away. During cooking, the food in the hot pot absorbs the flavor of broth. Simultaneously, the flavor of food is also changing the broth itself. The harmony of food is achieved at this point. Just like people with different backgrounds and knowledge come together sharing similar values and proudly call ourselves as people of a big melting point. Even though food is cooked in the same broth, diners can still have different experiences from others. In most modern hot pot restaurants, you can make your own dipping sauce with dozens of options of seasoning. Personal preference or individuality is also shown in the seemingly universal taste dish. Similar to the idea of the melting pot, where people share similar ideology, different ideas still crash on each other and new things are born within the hot pot society. Hot pot provides diners with multi-layers of experience. It is a bridge, a tie that connects people. Where you are tasting hot pot, you're tasting life. However, does eating a hot pot always look like this? Could it be like this? This is called self-heating hot pot. It works like MRE food or cup noodles, which all you have to do is to add water and wait for a few minutes. Can this be called a hot pot then? Well, it depends on how you conceive the concept. Are frozen pizzas like those freshly made out of the stove?
La pizza è sacra, per cui non nominate il nome di Dio in vano.
Are cup noodles named ramen like those you have in your favorite Japanese restaurant?
素晴らしいですまるでキルのように喉を滑り落ちるこの柔らかな食感にこの上品なお汁
A self-heating hot pot is an industrial product, an instant food, in the trade-off efficiency and convenience. The essence of hot pot somehow is lost. Be advised that sharing and communications play no rules here consuming self-heating hot pot, because it's designed for one person. Even though it tries to mimic the flavor of the authentic hot pot, it can only offer you the minimum physical joy. In other words, self-heating hot pot fails to relate its consumer to the others. According to Frederick Evington, instant noodles are the capitalist provision that provisions capitalism because they feed people quickly and cheaply. They appeal to busy and economic-minded people everywhere. Very similar to cup noodles, self-heating hot pot targets those bachelors as well as workers who left their hometown to make money, which is a huge and still growing group of people in modern China. Considering the number of people you need to gather up, cost, and time of dining out in the authentic hot pot restaurants, it seems fair to just have a plastic box of prepared meat and vegetables well steamed and just relax, forgetting all of those social networking. Enjoying the hot pot just for yourself. It symbolizes some degree of isolation from the social group, and yet the consumers still yearn for the plurality of taste. In this sense, self-heating hot pot also brings nostalgia to the consumers, but a different one from the authentic ones. Instead, they long for the traditional hot pot. Hot pot is a simple and delicious dish because all hot pots have the same basic components. It comes from everyday life, and its very nature is to fill the belly, ease the cold, just like any other food. And yet I hope you will think more about that next time when you have the chance to taste it, no matter having it in a big group or alone, that it means a lot more during the cooking and eating. Every food has its history, background, and symbolic meaning. And remember the most important thing of hot pot.
究極の鍋とは囲む者すべてが笑顔になれる鍋である